Journey with the Gita 13 to 18 Individual Soul Gunas. Sri Krishna explains Arjun, body. The kshetra is the field of activity made up of five elements senses, mind, intellect, ego, happiness, and sorrow. The knower of the body is kshetrajna, the knowledge. Jnanam comprises understanding about desirable traits, steadfastness, simplicity, dispassion, being a witness to birth, death, relations. Parabrahma, the source of gunas, the one without gunas. Prakriti, the material energy that produces the modes of nature. Purusha, the supreme soul, the witness resides in the body. The kshetra, but devoid of material qualities. Purusha, the individual soul, resides in the body, gets attached to the three modes of nature, gunas, becomes responsible for happiness and suffering. Wealth of qualities, divine and demonic, liberating divine qualities, fearlessness, vigor, control of senses, gentleness, forgiveness, peacefulness, binding demonic qualities, pride, arrogance, ignorance, harshness, hypocrisy, anger. The ones with the demonic qualities act under the impulse of insatiable desires, bound by countless desires, resort to unjust and unlawful means, get caught in the cycle of death and birth. The way out of this cycle is through the realization. Desire, anger, and greed are the three gates to hell. Liberation from these gates leads to the endeavors towards the welfare of self. The knowledge about the three modes of nature paves a way to transcend the cycle of birth and death. Modes of nature, gunas, living beings, though fragments of supreme divine, bound by the three modes of nature, deeply struggle with senses and mind. The three modes of nature, tamo, the mode of ignorance, rajo, the mode of passion, sattva, the mode of goodness, born out of the material nature, prakriti, prevailing over one another, bind the imperishable soul to the perishable body. Tamo, the mode of ignorance, conditions living entities by laziness, delusion, and ignorance. Rajo, the mode of passion, binds living beings by the attachment to fruitive activities, produces greed, anxiety, and suffering. Sattva, the mode of goodness, binds living beings by the attachment to knowledge and happiness. Knowledge, jnanam, modes of nature, gunas. The sattvic see the undivided, imperishable in all. The rajasic, different entities in manifold bodies. The tamasic, a fragment encompassing the whole. Actions, gunas. The sattvic perform actions without expectations. The rajasic with stressed minds and desire for rewards. The tamasic without considering consequences and disregarding their own abilities. Doers, gunas. The sattvic equipoise in success and failures. The rajasic greedy, affected by results. The tamasic undisciplined, obstinate, lazy. Intelligence gunas. The sattvic differentiate proper and improper actions. The rajasic get confused with the righteous dharma with the unrighteous adharma. The tamasic consider adharma as dharma. Determination gunas. The sattvic manage senses and mind. The rajasic hold on to fruits of work, pleasures, wealth. The tamasic cling to dreams, fears, grief. Happiness gunas. While the sattvic experience happiness born of knowledge, the rajasic born of sensual objects, the tamasic born of sleep and laziness. Shraddha, faith, gunas, modes of nature. Man's innate nature determines Shraddha, faith. people or what their Shraddha is. The three kinds of Shraddha are tamasic, rajasic, sattvic. Shraddha, gunas, worship. The sattvic worship celestial gods, the rajasic semi-celestial gods, the tamasic ghosts and spirits. Shraddha, food preferences. The sattvic preferred nourishing foods, the rajasic the foods that cause misery and suffering, the tamasic smelly stale foods. Shraddha, yajnas, sacrifices, austerities. The sattvic perform with faith but without expectations. Yajnas, austerities of body, speech, and mind. The rajasic for gaining honor, material benefits. The tamasic without faith and with confused notions. Shraddha, charities. The sattvic give charities to the worthy without expectations. The rajasic with reluctance and expectations. The tamasic to the unworthy. Om Tat Sat, Sri Krishna's emphatic message. Anything done with Shraddha is useless. Hence, remember to perform with Shraddha, faith, by uttering Om Tat Sat, which symbolize freedom from entanglements and the Supreme. The way to transcend gunas. Sri Krishna's emphatic message. Realize gunas are the agents of action, the performers. Innate nature compels people to act, hence, perform duties born of nature. Moreover, absolute renunciation of actions is impossible. So, practice renunciation of the attachment to results. Self controlled minds attain the state of freedom from actions, Naishkarma, by renouncing the attachment to results. The way to renounce attachment to fruits of actions, Sri Krishna declares, dedicate all actions to Brahman, the Nirgun, the one without gunas. Worship Brahman with absolute Shraddha, faith. Surrender to Brahman with complete knowledge. Brahman, all pervasive, the beginningless, source of senses, devoid of senses, the enjoyer of gunas, devoid of gunas, the maintainer, the destroyer, the goal of knowledge, the dweller in hearts, the brilliance of the sun, the radiance of the moon, the energy of living entities, the memory, the forgetfulness, the digestive fire, the outgoing and incoming breath. Traits of the one who transcended gunas. Do not hate the presence of gunas. Do not long for them, not agitated by them. Remain neutral to them. Be aware it is the gunas that act. Treat equally happiness and distress, friends and enemies, honor and dishonor, criticism and praise. Resources.